Hey friends, welcome back to Crafter Support Day 14 of Crafting Christmas. And today we're going to make some wooden Christmas tree gift tags. Yeah, that's what they are. So we're using Basswood. I purchased this from Amazon. It's 1/16 inch thick and it's 4 by 6 inches in height and width. And I'll have a link below for that. So here we are going to use our knife blade. And this is just like an accessory blade that you can get to go with your Maker 3. And I believe this is for the Explorer 3 and the Maker as well. Please don't quote me. I don't remember. It's been a long day. So we're also going to need a brayer and a weeding tool. And that little container I've had questions on. That is from Cricut, and I'll link that below too. It's an affiliate link. But it just houses all of your blades and things like that. I guess it's just not something that I show very often, but that's where I keep all of my blades. And you're going to need your purple mat. So you're going to need a really, really sticky mat to make this project, just because you don't want to waste material by getting halfway through and then it shifting or moving on the mat while it's cutting. So there's some things we can do about that. So in true Crafter Support fashion, we're going to turn it at an angle, line up our top and side, and press down. We're going to braid this down so that the whole piece is really, really stuck. And Cricut actually recommends that we tape it down as well. And so we're going to do that too, just so it doesn't move. Now, if your mat is not very sticky, there's a few things you can do. One, you could wash your mat. So you could scrub it with a little bit of Dawn dish detergent, some lukewarm water, and a little scrubby pad. Let it completely air dry, and then you can put your cover back on it or go ahead and use it then. Or you could re-stick your mat, and they make different products to do that with. Coming in the new year, you guys are going to see a lot of videos on taking care of your mats and what mats are used for. I do have a video up on that. And no, actually, I think I have a printable on that. So if you join our Facebook group, I have free printables over there that you can print out for just different things. And so I just really encourage you to make sure your mats are always sticky, because that's what's going to give you the absolute best cut. And I didn't really realize that up until like a year ago, that sometimes whenever I would mess up a cut or something would happen, it wasn't due to anything other than my mats were not cleaned and they weren't sticky enough. So now we're going to head over to the Maker 3 and we're going to load our knife blade into clamp B. So all we're going to do is take out our fine point blade. We're going to put it in that housing container that I showed you earlier. And we're going to put our knife blade, like that little plastic piece swirls all around. And we're just going to put that straight in, and we're going to close the clamp. So now, do you see those little white rolls? They're like right near the clamp right there. You want to push those completely out of the way, because you don't want them running over your basswood, because it could leave like marks on it. And we just want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So the next thing we're going to do is load our machine. So if you guys didn't realize yet by now, I haven't showed you the design part of this project. It's because I lost the footage. I don't know what I did with it. It just disappeared. But here I'm showing you that it's going to take 14 passes and about 10 minutes to cut this design. So it just keeps going over and over and over the same spot to cut the image out. And right before I started this project, I had done another project, and my machine was like, hey, you need to shut me off and you need to unplug me and reboot me. And I was like, oh, but you said that earlier and you still cut fine. So I'm going to ignore the warning that Cricut gives me, and I'm just going to begin cutting. So this cuts 12 passes, and then my machine just stops working and says, you know what? You didn't listen, and now I'm not going to cut anymore. And I was so bummed, because I was like, no, I don't want to waste this material. I want to finish this project, and I decide I'm going to save it. So once it stops, I just like it just pops out because of course I have to unplug it like it says and restart it back up. And by then it just like reboots the whole thing and you have to just start cutting over. And I was like, no, I'm going to save this project. So I almost didn't felt like put this video up, and I was like, no, I want you guys to see how we can make mistakes and still make it work. Because if this is like if I had to make this project and I only had this amount of basswood and there was nothing else I could use to make the project, I want to be able to make this work. So sometimes it just takes a little bit of thought and like, what can we do to fix it? And if I don't know the answer, I'll go on to different groups and ask people like, hey, how do I do this? How can I fix this problem? And that's what crafter support is all about. It's for you to have a place to come to and ask when you have a problem with something or you're having trouble with something, how to fix it. So if you're not a member of our Facebook page, definitely go check that out, because that's what it's for. It's for you guys to ask questions that I can answer. And if I can't answer, I will get somebody who can get you the answer. So basswood, I don't really know what it is. All I can tell you is it seems like a very flaky wood, and it seems like it's just layered, like compressed and layered. And so it was really easy to just snap the pieces out. Now, back in October, I had made a bunch of designs. I did like a bat, a ghost, a pumpkin, and something else out of this material, and it cut beautifully. But of course, my machine didn't give me the warning either to unplug it and plug it back in. But I think just because it had been on for like days and I hadn't shut it off, because I was using it constantly, like literally from 4:30 in the morning to like 11 o'clock at night, I was using my machine on and off all day. So it just needed a break, I think. And I should have just listened to it and just unplugged it. I should have, because Cricut like literally popped up on my screen and told me to unplug my machine. I just ignored it. So anyways, I decided to use my scissors to just trim out the little pieces, and it worked beautifully. Like they literally just snap right off, and it's worth it to be able to save the material, in my opinion. Like some people would have just thrown it out and started over, but I was like, no, I'm this far in the project and I want to be able to use my material. So also, this is wood, so you can get a splinter from these pieces. Ask me how I know. And yeah, so this is the first one. It's cut. It looks amazing. You can't even tell that I trimmed it off with scissors. And then I just go back to the next one and I snap all of the extra pieces off of that and then trim it out as well. So these are for my kids, which one is an adult and the other one is almost an adult. But we are doing like a gingerbread Disney themed Christmas, and I wanted them, for each of them, the one gift, they're each getting a gift that I wanted this particular design on, just like the Christmas tree with the white. I'm just going to use a white paint pen on it, and it just has that natural look. And there's just one particular gift for each of them. I want them to have this on it. So like I said, I only needed 2 and I didn't want to waste the material. So I thought, yes, I could make a new one, but I'm not going to. And the trimming out worked perfect. So with the white paint pen, I was a little concerned because this is such a light wood, but it ends up turning out really, really nice and just like has that calm, all natural look to it that I was going for. So now I'm just popping the circle out I just added a circle, and that's where we're going to hang the material from. And here, I don't know if I show it, is where I get this splinter under my nail, because I use my hand to push all of the wood out of the way, which I don't know what I was thinking, but I wasn't. I think that's the problem. I wasn't thinking. So now I just take my white paint pen and I need to prime it. So I'm just going to prime it. I got this at Hobby Lobby, and I just prime it, and then I start putting like little dash lines around the tree, and then I write the initials of my kids on the center of the tree, and it turns out so perfect. It's exactly what I was looking for. It's what I had pictured, I guess, in my mind whenever I decided to do this project. And you could do so much with cutting out the basswood. Like, you could make like 3D projects to like build them together. You could have, and if you would wanted to make the little trees, you could decorate them with paint pens, or, you could draw, like cut out all these designs and let your kids color them or paint on them and give them as little gifts to grandparents, things like that. They love all that stuff. So that's kind of the look I was going for. It was like the little child, like natural look, I guess. I don't know. But they turned out exactly how I wanted them, is my whole point. And then I get some twine, some baker's twine, and I just cut off about a 7-inch piece, and I go ahead and tie that at the end. I just do like a little balloon tie and trim it off. And then I stick the looped end, not the tie end, but the loop end in first. And then I'm just using my weeding tool to just kind of get it through the hole. And then I open up the back and I shove the front piece over it. And then just the loop will be at the top and the tie will be in the back. And I do the same thing to the second one. And that's just a way so for them to hang straight, first of all, whenever you hang them on your tree. That way they're not spinning and stuff like that. And it's just a way to hide your knot in the back. So we have our Q on there, our J on there, and they are complete. Now you could use ribbon or whatever else you wanted to, but like I said, this is the look I was looking for. And I think they're going to look really pretty on the gifts for my kids. And yeah, so that's about it, guys. I'm actually really glad I shared this video with you, because it's important to me that you guys see whenever I make mistakes and how you just kind of go with the flow and you just make it work if you can. So if you ever have any questions, please reach out. I'd love to chat with you. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will talk to you in tomorrow's video. Bye.